वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला। अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरननदी कैवर्तककेशवः। पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरहः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। श्लोका नंबर 46। यावानर्थ उदपाने सर्वतः सम्प्लुतोदके तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः। We have seen this shloka along with the Bhashyam. Yavanartha Udapane. There is a similar idea in the Taittiriya Upanishad, similar to the meaning of this shloka. Sangamitra ji, Taittiriya Upanishad, which valli now it's going on? Brahmananda.
We have completed second one, third one is going on.
Brahmananda valli is started?
Yeah, third one.
Yeah, third one.
Yeah.
Second one is done, right? Okay.
Yeah, we have done.
Then do you remember which one have similar idea, which mantra? Anyway.
Not really.
Brahma vida apnoti param tadesha bhyukta satyam jnanamanantam brahma yo veda nihitam guhayam parame vyoman so oshnute sarvan kaman saha brahmana vipaschiteti. That line. So oshnute sarvan kaman saha ashnute sarvan kaman saha brahmana vipaschiteti. Brahmavit param apnoti. Brahmaveda apnoti param. Brahmavit param apnoti. The knower of Brahma, param apnoti, recognizes himself to be that Brahma. Apnoti is gaining. There is no physical gaining. Tat yesha abhyukta. Yaha satyam jnanam anantam Brahma. Guhayam. Guhayam is Guhayam. Hridaya Guhayam. Guhayam parame vyoman. Vyoman is the space Akasha. Vyoman nihitam. Nihitam is which is residing in the Hridaya Gukha. Yaka Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, the Atma, Brahmatma. Yaha Veda Saha Vipaschita Brahmana Sarvan Kaman Saha Ashnute. One who knows Brahma, who has a knowledge of Brahma, for him all the desires are fulfilled. He fulfills all the desires. All the desires are achieved. There is nothing to be achieved. So there is a same meaning, similarity you can see. Yavanartha udapane. As much the udapana serves, as much will be the usage of the udapana, this limited water body, when there is water everywhere. Sarvatas samplatodake. Similarly, Sarveshu Vedeshu, all the Vedeshu here, Sarveshu Vedeshu is this Karma Kanda, all the limited ends which are gained by observing karmas of the Karma Kanda of the Veda, Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu. Limited ends that are covered in the jnanam gained by a Brahmana. That is, Brahmana is the jnani. Sattva Pradhana Purushaha. He knows he is a jnani. He has a knowledge of Brahma. When moksha is gained, the moksha covers dharmartha kama also. Nothing to be gained after that. Nothing remains to be gained when jnanam is gained. So there is a similarity between the Upanishad mantra of the Taittiriya Upanishad and this shloka. You can see the similarity. Anyway, we'll proceed. We have seen the Bhashyam to the shloka. We can just read the Bhashyam again. Yavaniti Yatha loke Upatadagadi anekasmin udapane parichinna udake
Upatadagadi anekasmin udapane parichinno udake
Yavan Yavat Parimanaha Snanapanadihi Artaha Palam Prayojanam Saha Sarvaha Artaha Sarvatas Samplutodake Tavanyeva Sampadyate Tatra Antarbhavati Ityarthaha Evam Avan Tavat Parimana Eva Sampadyate Sarveshu Vedeshu Vedokteshu Karmasu Yaha Artaha
यः अर्थः
अर्थः
यत् कर्मफलं सः अर्थः
यत्
कर्मफलं सः अर्थः
ब्राह्मणस्य
ब्राह्मणस्य
मनुष्य
सन्न्यासिनः
सन्न्यासिनः
sorry परमार्थतत्त्वं विजानतः
परमार्थतत्त्वं
परमार्थतत्त्वं
विजानतः
यः अर्थः
यः
यः
अर्थः
अर्थः
विज्ञानफलं
यत्
विज्ञानफलं
विज्ञानफलं
सर्वतः
सर्वतः
सम्प्रतोदकस्थानीयं
सम्प्लुतोदकस्थानीयम्
तस्मिन्
तस्मिन्
तावानेव सम्पद्यते
तावानेव सम्पद्यते
तस्मिन् तावानेव सम्पद्यते. That is here. That is एवं तावान् तावत् परिमाणः एव सम्पद्यते सर्वेषु वेदेषु वेदोक्तेषु कर्मसु यः अर्थः यत् कर्मफलं सः अर्थः ब्राह्मणस्य सन्न्यासिनः परमार्थतत्त्वं विजानतः यः अर्थः यत् विज्ञानफलं सर्वतः सम्प्रतोदकस्थानीयं तस्मिन् तावानेव सम्पद्यते. Here, whatever the result of action, the karma palam, which are gained by doing the karmas prescribed by the Vedas. In all the actions prescribed by the Vedas, whatever the karma pala, the benefit is gained, the result of that, in that very result, Brahmanasya, that is the result, the knowledge, Vijanataha Brahmanasya, the Brahmana who has the knowledge of the Brahman. In that it is covered. All the limited results gained by the Vedas are covered. And that is comparable to this Sarvata Samplutodaki, this huge water body all around. So Sarvata Samplutodaka Sthaniyam. Comparable Sthaniyam is, we have seen in Kathopanishad also. Sthaniyam, comparable to the water body. Yata Vijnana Palam. Vijnana Palam, the result of the Jnana, Vijnana Palam, that is comparable to this huge water body which covers the karma palam which are prescribed by which are karma palam gained by doing karma prescribed by the Vedas. Vedeshu vedokteshu karmasu yaha arthaha yaha palam siddhyati tavan sarvan eva vijanataha brahmanasya jnane eva sampadhyate iti. So the benefit gained by doing karma is gained in the result of the knowledge which a brahmana has, which a sannyasi has. So therefore Bhashyakara says tatra eva antarbhavati ityarthaha.
तत्र एव अन्तर्भवति इत्यर्थः.
And Bhashyakara quotes from the Chandogya Upanishad, 4th chapter, 1st section, 4th mantra. Yatha kritaya vijitayaadhareyaha sayyantyevamenam sarvam tadabhisameti yat kincha prajaha sadhu kurvanti
यत्किञ्च प्रजाः साधु कुर्वन्ति
Yaha tad veda yatsa veda iti shruteha.
यः तद्वेद
वेद
यद्वेद
यत्स
इति
वेद इति
श्रुतेः
श्रुतेः
In the fourth chapter of the Chandogya Upanishad, there is a mentioning of the king with the name Janashruti. There is a king whose name is Janashruti, and there is a person, Raikva. This Janashruti, the king, he was a highly knowledgeable person, good person, a noble person. He does a lot of charity work, doing a lot of reaching of action for the people in his kingdom. He's a Raja, so difficult to get such a Raja. So what he used to give lots of money and give to all the needy people. One day he was in his palace in the night watching the sky. There he saw two Amsa Pakshi. Two Amsa Pakshi were flying in the sky and they were talking to each other. One of the Amsa Pakshi said, "Do you see the bright light which is coming from the palace of the king Janashruti?" And he warns the other Pakshi, "You be careful with the light, the powerful light which emerges from the kingdom, from the palace of the king. Because the king is such a pious person, does a lot of charity, so his power, the form of light emanating from his palace, will burn you. Therefore, be careful." One Pakshi says. The other Pakshi who listened to this, he said, "Do you say that Janashruti is greater than the Raikva?" Raikva. Who is Raikva? He says, very simple, ordinary person doing the job of pulling the cart. In Tamil we say Vandikara. Just that is the job he was doing. A simple person. Do you think he is greater than Janashruti is greater than the Raikva? Iti. Then the king heard this. The king overheard the conversation of this two Pakshi. Then he was very curious to know who is this Raikva Rishi. Not Rishi, Raikva, a simple person. His job is pulling the cart. He was doing a service of pulling the cart. Then he wanted to know him, the person, so he sent his ministers to bring him to the palace. And they found the Raikva. He was sleeping under a cart. Then he asked him that the Raja called you to the palace, please come. He denied. Then Raja himself made elaborate preparations and he himself went with lots of gifts to Raikva and he offered to Raikva and asked her for the knowledge. Asked her for the knowledge what he has. Because his glory is because of the knowledge. Even though King Janashruti, being a pious person, doing a lot of charitable work, but the glory of Raikva, in the glory of Raikva, the glory of Janashruti is nothing. So therefore, the king wanted to gain that which Raikva has. What is that? Knowledge. Therefore, he asked for the spiritual knowledge. By offering a lot of gifts, cows and all, he asked. Then the Raikva said, Knowledge cannot be given like this. No trading in knowledge. Knowledge is not for sale. You cannot borrow the knowledge by offering all these gifts. Then the Janashruti felt sad and went back. And after some time he came again. He came again with lots of gifts, and this time he came with his daughter also to be given as wife to him. Then also this Raikva was not shaken. He was remained very firm. Then see again this Janashruti came, and therefore Raikva, having understood the sincerity of this disciple, of the would-be disciple, then he taught. O king, don't have pride. Don't have pride. These are nothing but whatever you have. Money, the kingdom, these are nothing. These are nothing. This will only increase the vanity, your ego. You are giving already to all the needy people, but give not with the motive to gain name and fame. You give as though it is not yours. Bhagavan has given to you, and it's given to you for the sake of giving to others. The one who sees this truth, that person is a jnani. And that person doesn't require anything. And he becomes the enjoyer of everything. So, Oshnute Sarvan Kamaan Saha. Like in Taittiriya Upanishad. The person doesn't require anything. He has everything. Iti Raikva said. So, therefore, that is the context. So, but here Bhashyakara quotes, whatever Janaha Sadhu Kurvanti, whatever good action people do, all the benefit of those good action are covered or included in the person who knows what the Raikva knows. What the Raikva knows? Raikva knows Aham Brahma Asmi. He is a Brahmajnani. So, if a person knows what Raikva knows, it means the person understands, gains the knowledge what Raikva has. That person, for that person, Vedeshu, Ukteshu, Karmasu, whatever the limited results which are offered by the Karma Kanda of the Veda, everything is covered. Sarvata Sampratodake, Yavanartha Udapane iti. That is the context. That is why Bhashyakara quotes aptly from this Chandogya Upanishad. And Gita also same idea is the Sarvam Karma Kilam Partha. That is from the 4th chapter. Shreyan Dravyamaya Dignat Jnana Yajnaf Parantapa. Dravyamayat Yajnat. Dravyamaya Yajna. Yajna here is, Yajna is means ritual. Here Yajna can be taken as, Dravyamaya Yajna means, Dravya is material. Materials, wealth. That is given in the charity. Like the father of Nachiketa did. All the wealth he gave away in the Yajna, Vishwajit Yajna. Similarly, Dravya Mayat Yajna, a Yajna which is Dravya Maya, all the Dravyas are given in charity. Dravya Mayat Yajnat, Jnana Yajnaha Shreyan. Jnana Yajna is greater than Dravya Maya Yajna. You may, compared to the charity, the charity itself, you require a big heart. You have to be a generous person, highly generous, to give away whatever you have. More than that is greater. More than that, it is Jnana Yajna. Jnana Yajna is greater than that. Jnana Yajna Parantapa. Sarvam Karma Akilam Partha Jnane Parisamapyate. Akilam Karma. All the karma. Karma is done for the sake of gaining karma pala. Karma being limited, karma palam also going to be limited. Even if it is a superior karma, any karma, that result of those karma are included in the jnanam. Jnane parisamapyate. All the karmas, they really find their fulfillment in knowledge. Without knowledge, karma is also not complete. Karma being limited and limited karma palam, therefore, it is not going to make oneself complete, adequate. When it becomes adequate? Only when jnanam is there. So jnane parisamaptit. Even when jnanam is there, then only karma is also meaningful. Otherwise, karma has got no meaning also. So Gita, 4th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna says, Sarvam karma kilam partha jnane parisamapyate. That also Vashikara quotes very aptly to this shloka. You can repeat. Sarvam karma kilam
Sarvam
सर्वं
karma
कर्माखिलम्
iti cha vakshyate.
itti cha vakshyati
वक्ष्यति
Tasmat
tasmat
tasmat prak
tasmat
ज्ञान निष्ठा अधिकार प्राप्तेः
अधिकारप्राप्तेः
कर्मणि अधिकृतेन
तेन
कूपतडागाद्यर्थस्थानीयम् अपि
तडागादिस्थानीयमपि
कर्म कर्तव्यम् तस्मात् प्राक्. Therefore, jnana nishta adhikara praptehe. Adhikara is fitness, the qualification. Prapti, gain. Before gaining the adhikara for jnana, before that, before gaining the adhikara, the qualification for the jnana nishta, before gaining the adhikaritvam for jnana nishta, the commitment for the commitment for the pursuit of jnanam, what the person should do? Karma kartavyam. Kena karmani adhikritena, by the person who has adhikaritvam in doing karma, by the person who is fit for karma. Adhikritaha, karmani adhikritena, eligibility for doing karma. By the person who is eligible for karma kartavyam. Even though the karma is kupatadagadyarthasthaniyam. Even though the karma is comparable to the thing. What is that? Kupatadaga, which has got limited water body, limited purpose. Even though the karma is compared to the limited water bodies like Kupatadaga, it means karma has got limited purpose, but still it should be done. Karma kartavyam. Kimartam? For gaining antakarana shuddhi. For gaining antakarana shuddhi, for gaining jnana yogyata. Therefore, karma must not be renounced. Karma palam, over karma palam, you need not have any attachment. You need not have any longing, but karma to be done. If one is interested in gaining jnana palam, interested in gaining nishta in jnanam, then karma should be done. If I'm interested in jnanam, then karma which is going to give me limited result, why should I do? Because it is a means for gaining jnana nishta. It is a means. Mumukshutvam is there. And mumukshutvam has been converted. Mumukshutvam has become converted to the desire for jnana. Mumuksha, previously mumuksha. Now the mumuksha has become jigyasa. The jigyasa is there. Is not jigyasa alone sufficient? No, jigyasa is there, fine. But sadhana chatushtayam is important. Jigyasa is appreciated. Understanding that only through jnanam moksha is gained. First, we don't know what moksha is, how moksha is gained. But mumukshutvam is there. And later, when we grow, understand that Moksha is possible only through jnana. So that moksha icha should become jnana icha jignasa. Fine. But that alone is not sufficient. One has to work to become a yogya purusha, yogyata, to cultivate that yogyata for gaining this jnana nishta. Therefore, for that, karma kartavyam, even though jignasa is there, still karma kartavyam, karma should be done. Why? Here it is not said. Karma should be done for the sake of chitta shuddhi. If karma is given up, then what will happen? If chitta shuddhi is not there, karma will be given up. What will happen? Then one neither will be pursuing jnana, nor will be doing karma. You cannot say he will not be doing karma. He will do karma. Something he will do. He cannot keep quiet because he is not prepared. When you have got free time, long free time, you try to be free from not doing karma. It's difficult. Because our swabhava is doing karma. All the time we have been doing karma. Suddenly you cannot stop karma. One has to become a matured person. One has to prepare oneself to be free from karma. That comes only when the jnana, only when the yogyata is gained. Only when the commitment to jnanam nishta comes. It's a long way to go. Therefore, karma cannot be dropped. One karma the person will drop, another karma he will pick up. So there is always will be a transfer, a shift from doing one thing to another thing, but it cannot be dropped unless the person is prepared. Therefore, only Bhagavan Krishna says in the next shloka to Arjuna, Tavacha Karman evadikaraste Ma paleshu kadachana Ma karma palaheturбhū Ma te sangostva karmani. Before getting into the shloka, one more point. In the previous shloka, we saw whatever the limited water body gives, that is very well served by the huge water body. So, whatever purpose, whatever the karmas which are talked about in the Veda, karma for dharmartha kama, purushartha, karma for the purpose of gaining security and happiness, that is covered in the jnanam gained by a jnani. So, the result of karma done by a karma yogi, if it is done by a karma yogi who has commitment to jnanam, therefore is a karma yogi, it is covered in the result of jnanam of a jnani. It is covered in the result of jnanam of the jnani. So, the karma, by doing karma, person gains certain karma pala. The karma pala in the form of gaining some object or gaining some situation or gaining some loka, that is the happiness. That is the happiness experienced by a person, whether it is a karma yogi or karmi. Even though karma yogi is not interested in the karma pala, but still being to be done karma, therefore he does. Whatever may be, now karma is done, whether by a karmi or karma yogi. Karma palam, in the form of sukham, the happiness, is gained by the person. Now, in the happiness, in that sense of the fulfillment, a certain fulfillment, a limited fulfillment. And that limited fulfillment is covered in the fulfillment what a jnani has. In the fulfillment of a jnani, there are no objects. No objects are there. Whereas in the fulfillment of a karmi, that limited fulfillment, objects are that happiness gained were because of the objects. The happiness gained was because of the object. When an object becomes the source of happiness, that object is, what happened to the object? The object is consumed by the person. Then only the object gives the happiness. If you have a desire for gulab jamun, that is the source of happiness, then the object has to be consumed. It has to become one with the person. Then only it gives a certain sense of satisfaction, fulfillment. Whereas jnani doesn't consume any objects, but still is complete, is free. And he has all the happiness. He has all the happiness. Therefore, all the karma pala gained by doing karma, the karma pala which is in the form of gaining objects or things, which are consumed. That is why they are consumer. That's why the karmis are consumers. They are consumers. But for a jnani, there is no consumption. It doesn't have any particular experience. It doesn't have any particular sensory experience. All those are included in the knowledge. So, the materialistic desires and the materialistic results, what a karmi has gained by doing karma, all those desires, without doing any karma, everything is as though gained by a jnani. Then what to talk of a karma yogi? Karma yogi doesn't have any materialistic desire, but he must do karma for what? For gaining jnanam. What a karmi does and gain whatever the karma pala he gains in the form of the gaining objects or things, everything is covered in the jnanam of a jnani. So, therefore, jnani's happiness doesn't depend on any particular experience or particular gaining of particular objects. It is because of the self-fulfillment. There is a difference in fulfillment. One fulfillment is because of the fulfillment of gaining and consuming the objects. The other fulfillment is not because of gaining or consuming the object. No objects are consumed. Without consumption, without consuming, the jnani is complete. The jnani is completely happy, completely satisfied. That is that happiness, that completeness, that is the objective for a karma yogi. Therefore, a person who is interested in gaining the status what a jnani has must do karma. Therefore, karma kartavyam. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, the same Brahmananda Valli, in the Brahmananda Mimamsa, what a jnani gains, what a jnani has, that is beautifully given in the form of comparison of the experiences of the people living in different lokas, including the Manushas also. Whatever the happiness the people in the Manushya loka, other lokas, they enjoy. All those happiness, they are very well covered in the happiness gained by a jnani. So beautiful comparison. Ashishto, Dridishto, Balishtaha. The Upanishad starts taking Ashishtaha, Balishtaha, iti. Dridishtaha, Balishtaha. That is taking a young man, a young person who is Ashishtaha, Dridishtaha, Balishtaha. He has got knowledge of the Shastram and he is very strong, very brave. And also, not only that, Tasyayam Prithvi Vittasya Purnasya. He has got the complete Prithvi, the entire earth with all the resources, whatever the resources, whatever the Prithvi, the wealth, the Bhumi, the Prithvi has, whatever it means, whatever the happiness, whatever the happiness which can be gained in the Prithvi with all the things which one has, it is gained by this young person who is very dynamic, highly knowledgeable, and he is in youth, not old person also, he is in young age. For that person who enjoys this happiness, it is counted as 1 unit of Ananda. Sayeko manusha anandaha ashishto dridishto balishtaha tasyeyam prithvi sarva vittasya purna syat. Sayeko manusha anandaha. That is considered to be 1 unit of manusha ananda. Ananda of Manushya, 1 unit. Now, te ye shatam manusha anandaha. Take that to be the 100 units of Manushya Ananda. 100 units of Manushya Ananda will be equal to 1 unit of Manushya Gandharvananda. Sayeko Manushya Gandharvanamanandaha. 100 units of Manushya Ananda will be equal to 1 unit of Manushya Gandharva Ananda. Shrotriyasya Chaka Mahatasya. That 1 unit of Manushya Gandharva Ananda, that is 100 units of Manushya Ananda, which is equal to 1 unit of Manushya Gandharva Ananda, which are included in Shrotriyasya Chaka Mahatasya, which is included in the Jnani, the Jnanam of the Jnani, who is without any desire, he is free from desires. Chaka Makatasya, Ka Makatasya, Shrotriyasya. One who has listened to the Shastram. That person who has listened to the Shastra means he has gained Jnanam. He is a Jnani and who is free from desires. There is no pressure in him. He is free. That 1 unit of Manushya Gandharva Ananda is covered in the Jnanam of the person. It means the person enjoys, the Jnani enjoys. 1 unit of Manushya Gandharva Ananda is the happiness of the person who has Jnanam and free from desire. Te ye shatam Manushya Gandharva Namanandaha. Now you take 100 units of Manushya Gandharva Ananda. That will be equal to 1 unit of Deva Gandharva Anandaha. Tayeko Deva Gandharva Namanandaha. 100 units of Manushya Gandharva Ananda will be equal to 1 unit of Deva Gandharva Ananda. It means 1 unit of Deva Gandharva Ananda will be equal to 10,000 times of Manushya Ananda. Starting with Manushya Ananda. From Manusha Ananda onwards, we have to see number of zeros to be added to the Manusha Ananda. You can just imagine 1 unit of Manusha Ananda itself is great. That a human being, normal, average human being cannot experience that. That's the greatest happiness one can gain. Even the president of US cannot have that happiness. That is so great. Now, this Deva Gandharva Ananda, te ye shatam, that is te ye shatam Deva Gandharva Anandaha. 1 unit of Deva Gandharva Ananda which is equal to 100 units of Manushya Gandharva Ananda, is the happiness of the person who is a Shrotriya, who is a Jnani and is free from Kama, desires. Now take this 100 units of Deva Gandharva Ananda. Te ye shatam Deva Gandharva Namanandaha. 100 units of Deva Gandharva Ananda will be equal to 1 unit of Shiraloka Lokanamanandaha, will be equal to 1 unit of the Ananda experienced by the Pitru in the Chiraloka. Tayekav Pitranam Chiraloka Lokanamanandaha. 100 units of Deva Gandharva Ananda will be equal to 1 unit of the Ananda experienced by the Pitru in the Chiraloka. That happiness is covered in the happiness of this Jnani. Shrotriyasya chaka magatasya te ye shatam pitranam jiraloka loka namanandaha. Now 100 units of the happiness of the Pitras in the Pitraloka, if you take, that will be equal to 1 unit of happiness of the Ajanajanas in the Devaloka. Tayeka Ajanajanam Devanamanandaha. And that is included in the happiness of Shotriyasya Chaka Magatasya. Now you take 100 units of Ajanajana. Te ye shatam Ajanajanam Devanamanandaha. That will be equal to 1 unit of happiness of Karmadeva Ananda. Karmadevas. That will be equal to 1 unit of happiness of Karmadevas. Sayekaf Karmadevanam Devanamanandaha. That Ananda ye karmana devana piyanti shrotriyasya chaka magatasya. That happiness is the happiness of the person who is a Shrotriya and who is Akamahata. Now take the 100 units of Karmadeva Ananda. Te ye shatam Karmadevanam Devanamanandaha. Sayeko Devanamanandaha. That will be equal to 1 unit of happiness of Deva. And that is very well covered in the happiness of the Jnani. Shrotriyasya chaka magatasya. A Jnani who doesn't have anything, no possession, just living under a tree with rags, having a bhikshapatra. In him, this happiness is covered. Te ye shatam Deva Namanandaha. 100 units of Deva Ananda will be equal to Sayeka Yendrasya Nandaha, will be equal to 1 unit of happiness which the Indra experiences. And that is very well covered in the happiness of this Jnani. Shrotriyasya chaka magatasya te ye shatam Indrasya Nandaha. 100 units of Indra Ananda which Indra has, which Indra experiences, that will be equal to 1 unit of happiness of Brihaspati. Sayeko Brihaspatera Nandaha. And that Ananda is covered in the happiness of the Jnani. Shrotriyasya chaka magatasya. So Upanishad keeps on saying like this. So it means the happiness gained by the Shrotriya, Akamahata, that is Jnani, covers the happiness which are experienceable in any loka. It means it is the ultimate happiness which doesn't have comparison. That is why Sarvatas Samplutodake. What Sarvatas Samplita Udake? Everything is covered. Whatever the limited purpose or limited water body serves, everything is covered in the Sarvatas Samplutodake. That is the Jnani. That is like the Jnani, like the unlimited water body, which cannot be compared to the limited water body at all. How will you compare? Ocean cannot be compared to any pond, any lake. Ocean is ocean. There is nothing which are comparable to ocean. That incomparability That is what the Upanishad presents. The happiness gained by a sadhu, a sannyasi. Sannyasi need not be a physical sannyasi. A person who doesn't have any inner pressure to gain any limited things. He doesn't have any anchoring for it. He doesn't have any pressure. He is free. He doesn't have any possession. Just living under a tree, taking bhiksha, living like Reikva. What Ananda he experiences, how can it be compared to any other Ananda? What to talk about the limited Ananda towards which we all after all through the life. That's why this Taittiriya Upanishad, it's a beautiful the comparison is given. Every time when the anandas of particular lokas are talked about, that are covered in the happiness of the jnani. So the ananda what a jnani experiences is not comparable, incomparable. It is limitless. That is why limitless. That is why purnaha, purnatvam. If that is the motive, that purnatvam is the purushartha, that is what to be gained, that if that is towards that is your commitment, then one cannot bypass karma. One cannot give up karma and jump to gain that purnatvam. Not possible. There is a method. There is a protocol. This is how it should be done. What is that? Whatever karma is to be done, the Vigita karma. If you are Vaidika, then Nitya Nimitya karma should be done. And all the other karmas, Kamya karma, should be reduced. If you are Vaidika, Nitya karma is done for what? Not for gaining any particular benefit. It is done for the sake of the very karma itself. It is done for the sake of the karma, because it is to be done, not with any motive. Doing karma, what is the result? The karma will give result. Drishtapalam will be there, Adrishtapalam will be there. Bhagavan will give. But doing karma, because it is Vigitam, it is Veda Vigitam, therefore it must be done. One cannot give up. Only by doing karma, the person gains the yogyata to gain the happiness which a jnani enjoys. And that in that happiness, all the other limited happiness which a karmi, which a limited happiness which a karmi enjoys are covered. So therefore, karma kartavyam. Bhagavan Krishna doesn't simply say karma should be done. Praising jnanam, why he say karma? Jnanam is the goal. Karma is the means. Does it the direct mean? No. Karma is not sakshat karanam for jnanam. Jnanam is the goal. Karma is a mean. But karma is not the direct means for jnanam. Karmana chitta shuddhi. That preparedness is required. So therefore only I said karma is not just for the karma's sake. Karma is for gaining the preparedness, the chitta shuddhi, and upasana for chitta naischalyam. Unless the preparedness is there, then how can a person gain jnanam or revel in that jnanam? It is not possible. Jnana nishta is not possible. So, if interested in gaining that nishta, then karma kartavyam. Therefore only the next shloka. The previous shloka, jnanam was praised. The previous shloka, brahmanasya vijanataha iti jnanam was praised. In this shloka, Bhagavan Krishna says karma kartavyam, tavacha. So naturally Arjuna will be confused. When in the jnanam, everything is covered, and the jnanam is possible only by leading a particular lifestyle, either lifestyle of karma yogi or sannyasa. And Arjuna is interested in taking sannyasa so that he can be free from the karma. So, therefore, through sannyasa, through sannyasa lifestyle, which is conducive for jnanam, will I go after that, or should I do this karma, this horrible karma? That samshaya will be there in the mind of Arjuna when Bhagavan Krishna says, Brahmanasya vijanataha, when everything is included in the jnanam, all the limited results are covered in the jnanam, will I after jnanam or will I do karma? This doubt definitely would have occurred in the mind of Arjuna. Immediately Bhagavan Krishna in the next shloka says, he praised jnanam, but the next shloka he says, karma kartavyam, because karma is the means. Not only it is a means, it is your svabhava that you cannot give up karma. You can give up karma only when you are ready for it. When you have that pakvata. Karma you not give up, it will automatically drop. It just drops from you. Till then, karma kartavyam. Therefore only this shloka immediately comes after that shloka. Without the background, these two shlokas seems to be extremely contradictory. One shloka praising jnanam, another shloka immediately following shloka says karma kartavyam. Unless we have the background understanding, these two shlokas seem to be contradictory. Not only this shloka, all the mantras of the Upanishad will seem to be contradictory unless we understand the background. So, therefore, Bhagavan Krishna says, Karmani eva adhikaraha te. This shloka also can be explained from two different standpoints. One is from the Vaidika standpoint. Vaidika means addressing the people who are following the karmas prescribed by the Vedas. Like a person who is a Vaidika, he does Nitya karma, he does Naimitika karma. Nitya is Sandhya, Vandanam, Agnihotradi karma, Nitya karma. Naimitika karma, like Shraddhadi karma, or other specific karmas which are done occasionally, Naimitika, they are also to be done karma. And there is a statement, Akarane Pratyavayaha. If you don't do Nitya karma, then you will get Pratyavaya papam. Anyway, that is there are a lot of discussions on that, and Bhashyakara doesn't accept that, Akarane Pratyavaya iti. So, Veda insists that karma should be done. So, Nitya karma, Naimitika karma should be done. What about Kamya karma and the whole Veda Purva, which prescribes varieties of karma? Starting from Jyotishthamadi karma, Putrakamishti karma, so many karmas are there. All and those and specific karmas for getting specific results. All those karma comes under Kamya karma. So, Kamya karma and Prayashchitta karma, all those karma. What should a karma yogi now should do? A Vaidika who wants to be a karma yogi, now what should he do? He must reduce or give up the Kamya karma and Prayashchitta karma. Nishiddha karma, there is no question of Nishiddha karma. Nishiddha karma is forbidden actions. What Veda prohibits that a person must not do, whether a Vaidika or otherwise person also. He must not do Nishiddha karma, what Veda prohibits. And Kamya karma, Prayashchitta karma should be reduced or should not be done. The preference is only for Nitya and Naimitika karma because it is Veda Vigita. Since being a Vaidika, Nitya Naimitika karma must be done. Therefore, Karmani eva adhikaraha. Karmani eva adhikaraha te. Ma paleshu kadachana. Your adhikaraha, the word adhikaraha means your yogyata, your fitness, your claim, your privilege, your choice. Your choice is only with reference to karma. Your choice is only with reference to the karma. If it is a Vigita karma, there is no choice. It should be done. should be done karma. Your choice with reference to karma only, you have got choice. It means you should do karma. Karmani eva tava adhikaraha, natu sannyasaha, natu sannyase, not for sannyasa. So he is addressing Arjuna, who is yet to become a yogya purusha for pursuing sannyasa. Therefore, it is very much applicable to all of us. Because like Arjuna, we also have to become the fit to pursue exclusively jnana. Therefore, karma yoga is prescribed. Karma should be done. You are not fit for sannyasa now. Sannyasa, that is jnana nishta. Jnana nishta is only for the person who is committed to the exclusive pursuit of knowledge, where a person will not do any karma. He will be studying only shastra shravanam, mananam, nididhyasanam. No karma he will do. That stage is very difficult stage. Even for a sannyasi, to be committed to jnanam, it's very difficult. Even though he is a sannyasi, he has studied shastram, but still, that commitment to the lifestyle of jnanam is very difficult. Only a few handful of people, only sadhus alone can do that. So therefore, what Bhagavan Krishna says, it is to Arjuna, it's applicable for all the people who have the mental condition of Arjuna. That is why I said it is applicable for us, because our mind has not yet gained that preparedness. So therefore, karma kartavya. Karma kartavyam. Karmani eva adhikaraha. Your choice. You don't have choice not to do karma. You have got only choice, that is karma. Your fitness, your claim is there only for doing karma. You cannot take up the other one, sannyasa. So since karma is the only choice for you, available for you, therefore karma kartavyam. And the result of that karma, that is karma pala. Karma paleshu adhikaraha na kadachana. Ma paleshu. Ma karma paleshu adhikaraha kadachana. Here Bhagavan Krishna, he advises Arjuna, saying that may you not have adhikara, the claim, the craving for the result of karma. Let the karma, what you do, not be done with the motive to gain the limited materialistic ends. That is what the meaning is. Ma paleshu adhikaraha kadachana. That is, in other words, if it is for a Vaidika, you do nitya naimittika karma and avoid kami karma. Vihita karma should be done. Vihita karma is not done for gaining any particular materialistic benefit. Vihita karma is done. It is the indirect means for moksha. The attitude is involved in doing the karma. Therefore, it is conducive for moksha. How? By gaining Ishvara Anugraha and all. Ishvara Anugraha, Shastram, Acharya. Through this moksha. Therefore, ma paleshu adhikaraha kadachana. Then, karma pala hetuhu ma bhuhu. May you not become the cause for the result of karma. What does it mean? Ma karma pala hetuhu bhuhu. May you not become the result of karma. What is the result of karma? Any karma. Karma palam. The result of karma is karma palam. This janma itself is the result of karma. Prarabdha karma. This janma, what we have, what we enjoy now, is the result of previous karma. So, what is the karanam for janma? Karma. Karma is the karanam. And certain part of karma in the form of prarabdha, it has started rolling, and and therefore this life is, this janma is. So the karma, what you do will come in the form of karma pala, and that will reinforce punarjanma. It will reinforce, it will perpetuate again samsara in the form of janma and marana. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna says, Ma karma pala etuhu bhuhu abhuhu iti. You don't become the cause for the result of karma in the form of janma karma pala pradam, janma eva karma. That is in the janma, which is the result of karma. So may you not become the cause. It means don't come and go again and again. Let you have the commitment for moksha and get it in this very life. Let this, the karma, what you do, be not be the seed for the next janma. It will become the seed for the next janma when it becomes when the karma is done with the certain materialistic desire, benefits. Karma will give punyam, and the punyam will come in the form of punarjanma, maybe a good janma, but that is also samsara only. Even if it is a good janma, it is a samsara only. Therefore, whether it is a good janma or adho janma, whatever may be the janma, it is samsara only. Therefore, karma should be done with proper attitude, and the attitude is not becoming the cause for the result of karma in the form of gaining another janma. So, do karma in such a way so that samsara is cancelled now itself. So, therefore,